You look on Twitter, and all of a sudden you see your old your college drinking buddy Lane Kiffin is in town, and your hair goes from this to something like that, and you know the party's about to start because Lane Kiffin's in town, and he's going to make sure that everyone's aware of it because he's going to put it on Twitter. It's exactly what he did today in Athens, arriving at Ben Epps Airport. At least we're led to believe he's in Athens. You never know with Lane. But then the sudden question becomes, what's he doing in town? And I can think of at least two reasons why Lane would be, well, three, but really for recruiting purposes, only two. Obviously Jermaine Burton and JT Daniels are in the transfer portal. I'll be honest with you. I don't totally know how that works. I know that they can be reached out to as soon as they're in the portal. It's been widely reported that JT Daniels is in the portal. Jermaine Burton said as such on his social media account. So here comes Lane Kiffin. I get it. I think it's smart. I think if you're Lane Kiffin and you can get JT Daniels and Jermaine Burton, that would be a perfect fit for Mississippi to go 10-3 again and really score a bunch of points, except when it matters most in games you got to win, right, Lane? Eh. Let's have fun. Let's have fun, Lane, right? Hey, look, speaking of having fun, make sure you're buying DAWGSTRUCTION down below. We are getting closer and closer to the printing of this thing. I've been back and forth with the book printer here lately. You want to get on the first run because the second run is going to take me a little bit longer to get the books back for. I look forward to everybody signing up and getting that book. I'll get it back out to y'all as fast as I can, probably late February, early March. So you want to sign up for DAWGSTRUCTION right now. It's a 80-page hardcover book, full color, obviously, with stories that are, I mean, this is all brand new copy, remembering the 2021 season through my eyes. I've was at all the games, obviously, and have a unique perspective on what the games were like, as well as all of our exclusive photos that we really can't share online in many ways because they don't fit online the way that you'd like to. They fit this book perfectly. I wonder what Lane, I mean, like, does he call Kirby ahead of time and say, "Hey, I'm coming to see, I'll be in town," or does Kirby just find out on the Twitterverse, knowing that those two have had a relationship for a long time? I don't think there's any question that Lane would be in town and let Kirby know ahead of time, but Kirby's probably not in town. In fact, he has not been in town since recruiting started. He's been helicoptering around, the southeast. I think he was in Florida today. Matt DeBerry has done a great job of covering where Kirby's been, the Kirby copter. But JT and Jermaine are going to play somewhere else in 2022. It doesn't make a lot of sense for both of them to go out to the West Coast. I mean, USC, I don't know what they're doing with quarterback. JT's already been out there. If it would have worked, it would have worked, but it didn't. And I can't, I mean, it'd be surprising. It'd be talk about a heck of a story. Um, it'd be a heck of a story to see him get back to SC and take over as a starter. Seems pretty unlikely to me. Ole Miss would be a good fit. Now, I don't know, Matt Corral obviously left. I'm going off the top of my head here, but I think John Plumlee left Ole Miss to go play somewhere else, and I'm not quite sure if the quarterback that played in the Sugar Bowl is sort of the heir apparent for the Rebels or if someone else is. Again, this is all speculative. I'm saying that ahead of time here. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what these guys are going to do. If you are going to Mississippi, that's a good fit for JT Daniels. It's a great fit for Jermaine Burton. But if you're JT, it gives you the ability, first of all, to play in the most competitive conference and the most competitive division in that conference. That's probably Lane Kiffin right there. It gives you the ability to do that right away. Um, and JT's got some work to do on his NFL stock. He's played one full season of college football, which is not ideal. He understands how to play quarterback. And that's the number one thing you get with JT Daniels is he understands how to play quarterback. And that is undervalued in many ways. What he needs to show in 2022 before he's really got to go to the league is that he can stay healthy for 15 games or 14 games and perhaps lead Mississippi to Atlanta. I mean, if this is about some stage, Ole Miss has got to get to Atlanta. At some stage, A&M has got to get to Atlanta. Everybody else in the West, if unless my math is wrong, has been to Atlanta. Bama, obviously, Auburn, LSU, Arkansas, um, State went in 1999. So the only two that are missing are Texas A&M, who just got in the league about 10 years ago, and Ole Miss, who's been in the league forever. Um, if you are JT, it's a great landing spot. If that's what you can do, it would be an ideal situation. The guy is bright, very good football mind. If you're Burton, that gives you the ability to catch 6 passes a game rather than 3 or 2. But both Jermaine, I think, has got a longer runway towards the NFL. Although I think he was a little bit banged up at times this season. Um, both those guys staying in the league would be ideal, and just for JT, it would give you the ability to play everybody. I mean, let me look at Ole Miss's schedule. I mean, obviously they're going to play everybody in the West. I do not know who they play in the East in 22. It's never easy, I'll tell you that. The interesting thing, they're playing at Georgia Tech, the Rebels, the third game of the season, so they'll absolutely destroy Georgia Tech before going through a gauntlet of SEC teams. I mean, they got to play Kentucky at home. That's going to be challenging. They play at Vanderbilt, which is their crossover. So Kentucky, not easy, and playing 8 straight SEC games is not easy either. I'm not sure where they have their bye. I'd have worked a bye in there somewhere. I don't see it off. No, it's the fifth. Excuse me. So just before Alabama. Um, with JT, it gives you a real shot to win the West. This is a Mississippi's team that's done a better job. If he goes there, he's done a better job of scoring and competing with the likes of Alabama and recent years. I think they got kind of destroyed by Bama this year. But for JT, he's won a national championship now. He gets a ring. Jermaine the same way. I think this season is about you know moving forward for them. But hey, Lane Kiffin is in town. Happy hour. I'm sure happy hour is getting rolling somewhere. Silver, Magnolias. I'm not going to name drop everybody. All good wherever. 5 and 10. Watch out, Lane Kiffin's in town, and he's just hide your children and wives, right? But no, your drinking buddy from college is in town, and he's a pretty good football coach. Sure knows how to draw up an offense. I'm be very curious to see the Lane Kiffin Kirby Smart matchup if that ever happens. They're not scheduled to play one another for a little bit of time, but if that were ever to happen, that would be a lot of fun. I just don't know if Lane will be at Ole Miss that long. We'll see. Hey, thanks for buying the book. A lot of people are buying the book. Get in on the first run here. You don't want to wait for this. This is a really cool book. A lot of insight that you're not going to get anywhere else. Thanks for watching. We'll see you over on the Dog Post. And click the link for the book right now. Thanks. Bye bye.